bathroom floor. Today we will be doing a full face with my current favorite products. So let's get right to it. I got this Pixie by Petra Brightening Peach Corrector from Target a couple weeks ago, and so far I've been really loving it. I've been watching a lot of Hailey Kim on YouTube, who has really similar dark circles to mine. They're not super blue or super discolored, but they contribute enough to making me look really tired, so I think it does help a little bit. But I mean, if you don't have $15 extra to spend, you're not missing out on a whole lot. I am going in with this Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Custard, which was decluttered by my sister-in-law and passed on to me. I know people say that you're supposed to use like a different color under your eyes and on your blemishes, but I'm also gonna be honest, like I don't really want to own that many concealers. I kind of just like using one. I also think that with the type of eye makeup I do, I end up putting shadows under my eyes anyways to darken it up a little bit, and having a bright concealer under there makes it look a little stark. I feel like the bright panda eyes thing was really popular in like 2005 YouTube, or when did I first get into YouTube? I first started really binging YouTube when I was about 13 years old, when I wasn't allowed to wear makeup yet, and I just wanted to learn how the gals did it. That was 2011, 2012. I usually skip powder when I use this concealer just because I find that the finish looks really nice as is, and I don't really need a powder to set it to make it stay. So next I go in with my Nars Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base, just in the original color. This thing, it's pretty old. I think I got it in 2018. Sometimes I put it on before concealer, sometimes I put it on after. I don't really think it matters, but eyeshadow primer is one of those things where you kind of don't think you need it until you buy one and you find that your eyeshadow actually does last a lot longer looking the way that you applied it. I was similarly an eyeshadow primer non-believer when I first started out. I've gone through like the Urban Decay Primer Potion, I've gone through the NYX HD eyeshadow base, I've done like cream shadows underneath, I've done the Maybelline 24-Hour Color Tattoo from iStudio, I've done concealers, but man, this stuff's the best. I probably need to get a new tube soon. After that, I kind of let it simmer there for a while I do the rest of my face. I got really into Tower 28 recently. This is the Tower 28 Bronzino in West Coast. Instructions are to buff along the temples and under cheekbones for added warmth and dimension. I really like how minimal and sleek the packaging is. I feel like I'm not being wasteful, and it fits like really nicely into the rest of my collection. I got into Tower 28 because Jamie Page, also on YouTube, was raving about their glosses, and then around the holiday season everyone was having their major sales, so Tower 28 was having like 20% off, I guess, and I saw that their glosses were $14 on Sephora, which is truly the lower end of price ranges at Sephora. So I got those, which I'll be using later, and then I was just perusing the site, got sucked in, and I really wanted the bronzer because I started seeing, it wasn't just Jamie Page who was into it, I think it was Katie Jane Hughes was also really into it, and man, these beautiful women just sold me on things. I put a little bit on my nose, across my nose, on the other side, and then I just buff it in with this Real Techniques buffing brush. I'm realizing now that I got carried away talking and forgot to put concealer on my chin, so let me do that. I usually put this not only on my under eyes but also on places where I have general discoloration, so that would be my chin. Right now that's also between my eyebrows. I used to use a brush with concealers, especially with liquids. I usually buff it in with the Real Techniques buffing brush, but with pot concealers I either take a damp beauty blender or I just go in with my fingers. And there we have it. I'm just gonna go in with a little more of that bronzer now that I put concealer on my nose. And next, we have my favorite blush of all time, the Glossy Cloud Paint in Dawn. I was honestly never into blush. I considered it a super expendable step until I got this one. I seriously rave about this to all of my friends. I think that if you're going to try glossy blushes and you have a similar complexion coloring to me, you really can't go wrong with this one. Take a little bit between my ring fingers and then I just pat it on like this. They don't dry down super quick, so you have a lot of time to play with them, unlike the Rare Beauty Soft Touch blushes. I find that these pretty much blend themselves, like they're foolproof. You can't go wrong with these. I take a little bit across the bridge of my nose too. I've used these as eyeshadow, lip products, although I find it a little drying on the lips. They add this beautiful creaminess to the cheeks, and I feel like it just makes me look super healthy. This is by far my most used shade in the cloud paints, but because this converted me so badly, I have all the colors now. Next, I'm gonna go in with a powder highlight. This is the Essence Pure Nude highlighter in number 10, Be My Highlight. I think I got this when it was having a cultural moment on YouTube a few years back. I take a little bit on my Real Technique setting brush, I swirl it around like this, tap tap, and then I go in swirling motions around the high points of my face. So do this little C shape around my cheeks. Take a little more on the other side. I go all the way to like the arch of my eyebrow, and then I go at the bridge of the nose, and then I do this little sweeping motion between the Cupid's bow and the rounded part of your nose. Can you even tell the difference on camera? I don't think you can, but in person, it looks really nice. This is by far the highlighter I've received the most compliments on my skin about. People always ask me like, whoa, have you changed up your skincare routine? It looks so nice. Or the more makeup savvy people out there will be like, what highlighter are you wearing? Your skin looks amazing. And it's always this one. I think some dupes out there might be like the Laura Mercier Baked Powder and Candlelight, if that's what it's called. The Hourglass, some Hourglass ambient lighting powder that I haven't tried, but I think this is like $3.99. It's sold at Ulta. You really can't go wrong. Next, what do? I go in with a brow gel. It is the Essence Make Me Brow in the shade number 2 Brownie Brows, and I just take a little bit and then wipe off all of the excess on the side. It has like these little fibers in it that I don't think really do that much, but to each their own. I don't really have that many brow hairs to begin with, and I usually start in the middle just to get excess product there. Take it out to the tail, sweeping up, and then fill in the front. Then I flip it around and do the same to the other side. After that, I go in with the same brow pencil that I've been using since I was 17 years old, which is the Anastasia Brow Whiz in medium brown. I've tried dark brown and medium brown for my coloring, and I think that medium brown is the best one. Dark brown gives me a little bit of a Sharpie look sometimes, too easily. I just twist up a little bit of it, and then I usually start with these upward strokes in the front of my brow. Sometimes if I'm really feeling it, I will take a little bit in a straight line across the bottom to brush out later. And then I will go in diagonal strokes upwards towards the arch, and then diagonal strokes downwards to fill in the rest. I usually have people tell me that my eyebrows look really natural, so if that's what you're going for, this series of techniques might work. I just brush it out. I start at the front, and I start from the base, brush upwards diagonally, and then brush up and out for the tail. And that's how you get my right brow. I'll do the same for this side, but honestly, this brow is always a little trickier for me. I call it the uglier brow. And everyone has one. Everyone has a brow that behaves better for them one way or another. And I'm just doing the same series where I did upward strokes at the front, a little rectangle on the bottom, diagonal towards the arch, and then diagonal down. I'm okay with pretty, like, imperfect brows. I'm honestly not very good at them, so I'm not too picky about it. I also don't shape my brows like waxing or tweezing, so I kind of make do with whatever shape I have. Next, I will go in with my eyeshadow. So I've been using this as a mirror beforehand, but I am going to go in with the Tartelette In Bloom palette. It has shades like this, and I usually work between the shades Firecracker, Smarty Pants, Jet Setter, Sweetheart, Rebel, and Leader. I kind of like that rosy bronze toned eye. I'm always trying to look healthier than I am, and like I got a full 10 hours of sleep. This is the eye look that I wore like all of senior year of college, and I think this is the one. This is like my go-to look when I don't really know what else to do, or I just want to do something quick for every day. So I first go in with Smarty Pants. I'm using the Morphe M505 brush, which is just this, can you even see? It's just this rounded blender brush. A couple taps into Smarty Pants, and then I take this concentrated in the outer corner and then sweeped in a windshield wiper motion in. Same thing on the other side. I do rounded motions towards the outer part of my eye. So on this side it is counterclockwise, and on this side it is, no, that's wrong. This side it's clockwise and this side is counterclockwise. Yep. And then I go in with this dupe for the MAC 217, which is the Morphe M503 brush. And I go in with Rebel, which is a darker, it's this shade right here, if you can tell. It's a darker shade than Smarty Pants. And then I concentrate that on the outer part of the eye, outer third, I guess. I deposit the color, and then I start sweeping just that outer third in windshield wiper motions, and then I'll just sweep it all the way in for continuity. Do it on this side. And honestly, I'm not that creative with my eye looks. I'm not out here trying to do a cut crease on the daily. So the secret to having passably good eyeshadow is just blend. Like, when in doubt, if you think you messed up, just blend. I'm gonna go in with a little more, fill up the whole outer third. And then sometimes, if I wanna amp it up a little bit, I will go in with Leader, which is the shade, this dark brown shade right here. I'm gonna use the same brush, the M503, for right now. And I just concentrate it even in a smaller area on the outer third of my eye. And I don't spend as much time diffusing it out. It's always good just to like take a step back and look at what you're doing. So if I think I need to do a little more blending, I will take the 505 again. I'm gonna go into Smarty Pants, which is this like beige color. And then I'm gonna blend everything out a little more. I got the Tartelette In Bloom from someone else's declutter, like a friend's declutter, and it smells like vanilla, doesn't irritate the eyes, blends like a dream. Gotten so many compliments on my eyes when I wear this palette, and I feel like the colors just go together really well. Like, this color story is really cohesive, and I feel like if you're especially a beginner to trying to do your eyeshadow, this one's a good one. It's also pretty nice, solid packaging for being on the lower end of high-end palettes. I think this retails full price for $45, which is, okay, first of all, that's just like ridiculous for a makeup item in general, no matter what, but out of the price range that high-end palettes fall in, is pretty good. Next, I will take Firecracker, which is this bronzy shade right here. I'll take it on my ring finger, and I just go tap, 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 and then I tap it onto the mobile part of my eyelid. And then I take this e.l.f. flat eyeshadow brush. I dip it into that same shade, Firecracker, and then I take it on the bottom lash line. I go from like the outer corner to the middle, and I stop there, or else I find it kind of closes off my eye. I always like a little sparkle on the bottom lash line. I'm gonna take my 505 brush again, go back into Smutty Pants, and blend a little more. So we're seeing a theme here. Just keep blending. And there we have my bronzy everyday eye. Next, I'm gonna take any random brown eyeliner. I don't really care about this eyeliner. To be honest, it like smudges on me, but it's what I have right now. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Liner in Demolition, which is just their matte dark brown. I start in the middle and I drag it over. And I keep dragging it out so it makes a very, very soft wing that I'm gonna blend out later. Same on the other eye. Since I do have pretty hooded eyes, I don't do a typical like 45-degree wing up to my eyebrow. I tilt my head back so that my eyes are looking into the mirror, kind of like if I'm just trying to blend out my eyeshadow. And then I just drag my line literally straight across, like a continuation, so that when I look forward and I open my eyes, there is a slight wing outwards. I hope you can see it. Now, while that pencil is still a little moldable, I'm gonna go in with this dark brown called Activist on a angled eyeliner or eyebrow brush. And we're just gonna go over it, slightly blending it out, but I really do this step just to set the pencil, or else it honestly smudges all over my face. I used to do like liquid eyeliner. I did gel liner for a while, but I still think that this is the best way to make a nice everyday smoky wing. Start with pencil and then go over it with eyeshadow. And if you get a little bit of fallout like I did, just wipe it away with your finger. I am going to take this Maybelline Single Shadow in the Glow Down and this Sephora Professional rounded smudge brush. Just gonna tap it and then apply it to the inner corners. I totally bought this eyeshadow as a dupe for the Becca Champagne Pop highlighter. Melissa Alatorre, also on YouTube, was the one who convinced me to get it. She has an entire video dedicated to it, which was definitely sponsored, but who cares? It's a great eyeshadow. I think it's probably the brightest one that I have in my collection. I still don't know if you can tell, the camera's kind of far away. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Shiseido eyelash curler. I think I bought this when I was like 16. It has lasted me a really long time, and I've never had to change the pad because I had issues with the first one, so it's still going strong. I just clean it every once in a while when it gets too much eyeliner on it. If you have pretty flat eyes like I do, ones that aren't super rounded like other eyelash curlers on the market, this one's a really good one. Now, we will go in with one coat of my favorite mascara of all time that I think I've repurchased 5 times. It is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Waterproof in Black is Black. I'm trying to use up other mascaras. Like, I'm trying to use up the Telescopic Carbon Black because this one does not hold a curl at all. So my hack is to go in with a waterproof mascara you know does hold curl very well. Just go in with a light coat. So I'm doing 1 coat of the Lash Paradise. I'm gonna do a little on the bottom lashes too. Don't skip your bottom lashes, folks. I'm gonna go in with my secondary mascara I'm trying to use up, the Telescopic Carbon Black, and build that on top of the one that has curl holding abilities. And doing this layering technique really helps any mascara you don't like as much perform way better in terms of holding a curl. Go in with a mascara you know holds a curl really well, just a light coat, and then go in with the second coat of another mascara. This one is super lengthening, but I feel like if a mascara doesn't hold a curl and kind of smudges throughout the day, even a little bit, then it's not a good candidate for me. This voluminous Lash Paradise Waterproof holds a curl, has never smudged on me, even through like 5-hour dance practices and all day on campus in college, and separates my lashes, defines them, but makes them look full and slightly lengthens. This is my holy grail mascara. I don't know what else to tell you. Sometimes I go in with a clean mascara wand. This is an old Lash Paradise mascara I retired and then cleaned the wand for. This is basically just a spoolie, and I go in and take out any clumps. And this is how I turn my non-existent straight lashes into visible lashes. I'm gonna go in with this Etude House Play 101 eyeliner in number 77, which is just this shimmery gold color, and I'm gonna put it on the inner third of my lower lash line, starting from the tear duct. I really like putting some kind of shimmery gold or copper eyeliner on the inner part of my eye. I think it just defines my eye shape a lot and makes it look really cute. Now for my ultimate current favorite lip combo. This is the NYX Slim Lip Pencil in Natural, and this is the Tower 28 Milky Lip Jelly in the shade Cashew. I also got this around the holidays when Tower 28 was 20% off everywhere. I will start by just defining my Cupid's bow, going to the outer corners, and then going to the bottom. Sometimes I fill in the edges a little, just so the liner isn't as stark. And then I go in with this gloss. This is honestly, I didn't like lip gloss before I met this gloss, and then I met this gloss, and now my lip gloss collection has exploded. I think I bought 10 more lip glosses since I got this, because that's how much it converted me. It basically did for lip gloss for me what the Glossy Cloud Paint did for blushes for me. It smells a little bit like generically sweet. Could be like a girly sunscreen type scent, but it goes away really quickly and I don't find it offensive at all, and I usually think every single scented product smells offensive. It's this milky brown rosy color. I also have it in the shade Almond. I also got their quad for the holidays that came out with like XOXO, Fearless, Chill, and Fire, I think it was, and I'm really excited to start using it. These glosses are again $14 at Sephora, which I think is an absolute steal, especially when you see them for 20% off. I want every single color, and it is literally not sticky. These are still the shiniest glosses I own, and I own like the Pat McGrath ones, I own the Bobbi Brown ones, I own the Buxom lip polishes, all the OGs, but this one, basically this indie brand outdid all of them. Well done, Tower 28. Well done. So in conclusion, I did have some whatever products in here, but my favorite products of current times are this Maybelline Single Eyeshadow in the Glow Down, NYX Slim Lip Pencil in Natural, Tower 28 Milky Jelly Gloss in Cashew, L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Waterproof in Black is Black, Tartelette and Bloom Palette, Glossy Cloud Paint in Dawn, this Essence Pure Nude Be My Highlight, Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Custard, Pixie Brightening Corrector in Brightening Peach, Nars Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base, Etude House Play 101 Eye Pencil in 77. And as always, the Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown, and the Tower 28 Bronzino in West Coast. And there you have it. Those were all my current favorite products. If you enjoyed this Get Ready with me, feel free to let me know, and I will definitely make a lot more of them because I own a lot of makeup. That is all. Thank you.